Interesting. Libra, you have the Two of Cups and the Five of Swords. Libra, sorry, my fingers are cut up somewhat. I am in the process of moving. This is pretty much the only thing that's still here. I was gonna wait until I finish this series and then pack it up and yeah, hit the road. Okay. So, the Two of Cups is the first card that came out, which is interesting, considering that currently Libra has Venus in their 7th house. Venus in their 7th house, the Sun in their 7th house, and Mercury, if it's not there already, in their 7th house. So partnerships are definitely emphasized here. Perhaps some Libras are entering a long-term relationship, possibly one that shows potential. The Two of Cups is a very auspicious card when it talks about that. When it talks about love between two people lasting. This is, I'm sure you hear it a lot, but I do see this as the soulmate card. This the Two of Cups represents the second Zephyro, which is a reflection of the first, of Keter. It's a reflection of God, meaning that the person who you are going to meet or have met already is your second half, is your reflection. Everyone is a reflection of you, but there are certain people in the world that are very good at reminding you, reminding you this, reawakening you to this concept. Very good. With the with this representing Venus as well, Venus, which is in your 7th house as well. This can indicate possibly establishing a very important, potentially profitable, lucrative partnership with someone. Can be concerning business. Or something professional. This can be possibly signing a lease or a contract or some sort of agreement that both parties seem to be happy with, or at least were happy with at one point. But with the Five of Swords here, the Five of Swords, one more thing, this can be concerning home, mother, possibly signing some sort of agreement with your mom, or perhaps your mom signing an agreement or contract with your daughter, something like that, or a female, a mother figure, perhaps. But this can be concerning family. With the Five of Swords here, the Five of Swords, I do see it as the card of misunderstandings. Misunderstandings because, a lot of people are like, it's the card of, traditionally the card of taking more than you need, of kind of overkill. Possibly doing something out of spite. Just because you can. This may very well be the case here, but I feel like this is more along the lines of what I said at first, which is misunderstandings. The Five of Swords rules the planet Venus. People who have their Venus in Aquarius, Um, well, they're definitely very freedom loving. You know, they're definitely you know, Aquarius is the sign of humanity. You know, they're not really the best when it comes to. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but this candle is sizzling really loud, and it's kind of annoying me. So 1 second. Sorry about that. I don't know if you guys can even hear that or not, but it was like sizzling. You know, but they're not great when it comes to like one-on-one intimate relationships. They're certainly in them. You know, a lot of Aquarians have their Venus, a lot of Aquarius suns have their Venus in Pisces, and Mercury in Pisces. So, you know, or Venus in Capricorn, you know, which does make them more, you know, stationary, let's say. And especially you also have to look whether their Venus is well aspected, and whether your Venus is, or whether your aspects are well aspected to their Venus in synastry. You know, there's so much to take into account, but if you take the time to do it, I assure you, you will be very, very humbled at how lucky you are to be experiencing this existence. So yeah, you know, this can just be that a misunderstanding, possibly concerning love, possibly concerning some sort of partnership, legal matter, something that maybe someone feels kind of awkward or hesitant, perhaps even to bring up with the other person. Yeah, you know, it's possible one of the people here feel like the other maybe isn't doing enough, while the other, or one of the people think they're doing too much. You know, I liken this card to, I'm sure you've heard it before from me, but, you know, someone who's working very hard for their family to give them the best life possible, to give them the best schools and the best opportunities, you know, because they love them so much. But, you know, by working so long, they miss the point of the family, and the family may potentially begin to resent this person, you know? So it's kind of like, you know, I brought up that we live in a dual polarity universe because there's, you know, the universe is always in perpetual balance. There's always a good and a bad. There's always a reason and a reason against it. Always. If there weren't, we would make no progress in life whatsoever. It would be completely stagnant. So yeah, please keep that in mind. You have this bird here that looks like an eagle. So you may possibly be dealing with a Scorpio, Cancer, Taurus, Gemini, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, possibly even a Libra. This card ruling Venus, as well as this card in Aquarius. Gemini, or rather, no, yeah, all those signs to their fullest extent. Yeah, but Venus in Cancer is probably, I mean, next to Venus in Pisces, like my Venus is in, it's my you know, it's a close call between Venus in Pisces and Venus in or Venus in Cancer and Venus in Scorpio. But I love Venus in Cancer, especially when it's well aspected. And especially when there's no Mars anywhere near it in that sign. Little astrology joke. Unbelievable. Yeah, I certainly feel like this is some sort of misunderstanding, so please do not jump to conclusions, whatever this is concerning. It's possible that maybe there is a relationship here, but something just feels unfair. Like maybe there's an external circumstance that's keeping you away from one another, or maybe there's something that just won't allow it for some of you. But you have the Empress here. Yeah, more Taurus and Libra energy. I mean, the Empress is whatever this is. You know, I feel that, again, going back to what I was talking about, dual polarity. You know, you need both in order to grow and have a full understanding of a situation. And you know, I feel that once this gets understood, it'll lead to the Empress. You know, the Empress is the card of abundance, growth, nurture, you know, nurturing something. You know, in my opinion, this relationship or whatever this is, partnership, you do have so many planets in your 7th house right now. Just look at one more thing. Yeah, that makes sense. You know, with Jupiter in your 5th house, you know, that's certainly, you know, 2 of Cups card, Jupiter being exalted in Cancer as well. But then you also have Saturn, which is in some circles still the ruler of Aquarius. So that's pretty funny. You know, because when you have Jupiter and Saturn in the 5th house, you know, it's like there's a lot of good, but of course there's still a lot of restrictions, a lot of having to hold back, a lot of lessons. But overall, you know, you're not nearly as devastated as you would be if it were just Saturn in the 5th house. You know, so I feel this is a very good representation of that. And of course, the Empress, I feel whatever this is going to grow into something that will embetter the both of you. Not only the both of you, but I mean the world. You know, I am a strict supporter of you only needing yourself, that focusing on yourself first will bring you, you know, learning to love yourself first will bring you into a place where you will meet the right person, the person who you won't be worried about, which won't be, paranoid about. However, you know, I'm a special case. I have every single placement in a yin sign, in earth or water, every single one. So for me, it's kind of important to have someone who has a little bit of fire or air in them, preferably fire, to get me going, you know. And I feel that you know, the Empress is just that. You know, it's like when we meet a person or when we have a person in our mind, we want to, we strive to improve ourselves in order to impress them or support them, give them what we feel that they deserve to have. And it, inadvertently teaches us a lot. It gets us in the groove of perhaps self-care or studying or learning or developing our skills or what have you. It helps you grow, by developing these skills, by working on yourself. It leads to abundance. And then when, you two have this abundance together, just like she is looking at the world, I always think to myself that she is trying to decide what she can do, to make the world like she is. Well, I do see this as the card of a Venus, of a Venus, specifically Taurus and Libra. You do have a lot of fish here, so you may be dealing with a Pisces, someone who has strong Pisces in their chart. There's also a Siberian tiger here, so maybe dealing with a Leo. Yeah, very good. Motherhood may play a big role here, possibly perhaps meeting someone who you see having a family with, or possibly meeting someone who you want to support or help. If you have the resources to do it, teach people what you know, teach people how you got what you have. I feel that it will, it of course will benefit them, but I feel that it will benefit you much more, at the very least, much more than you think. Yeah, with the Empress card here too, I feel like if there is a relationship that's possibly going a little sour, or maybe, sorry guys, maybe some of you, maybe one or the other is maybe confused about something or unsure. I feel that the Empress card, it is the card of nurturing, of caring, of fixing. The Empress is the mother archetype. When a child is injured, it's up to the mother to care for it and make sure that it recovers. Then when it gets old enough, of course, the child gets handed over to the father, who disciplines him because the mother is usually a little too lax. Especially if she has a lot of yin in her charts, like I do. Like, kids are, I'm like putty in kids' hands. I swear, it's the worst. So if I ever want to have children, I need to have someone who, yeah, maybe you or someone here just feels like something is unfair concerning this, some sort of external blockage. 3 cards of Venus here, so money, love is definitely emphasized here. Yeah, and Venus going into your Sun and Venus going into your 8th house on the 20th, or the Sun going into your 8th house on the 20th. I certainly, for Libra risings specifically, or people who have a lot of Libra in their chart, I feel like this will, transform very soon. And there may be some very hot, steamy sex on the horizon for some of you. Wow. So right under the 5 of Swords, you have the 8 of Swords. Sorry, Libra, I don't know if I apologized about the cuts on my hands. I've been moving and I had a lot of glass break, and like my feet and hands are just a mess. The 8 of Swords. I'm glad this card came up, because this card, it does point towards internal worry that is not necessarily tangible. It's not necessarily real. It's not quite there. It may seem like the pieces are coming together, or the everything's falling into place for it to be whatever it is that you're worried about. But the fact of the matter is that it's not there yet, and that by worrying about it and by being overly stressed, when it comes to things like this, I can promise you that it won't make it go away. In fact, just potentiate it, make it much worse. This card is, the warning of this card is to not worry your reality into existence. That's why choosing the right tarot card readers is paramount if you want real change to occur in your life. Positive ones. I would mention a lot of channels that I just love so much, but I don't, I am a little controversial with what I say, so I don't want to, I don't want them to be involved in all that. So yeah, she is, she's afraid of something, but she's not looking at it. It's not quite there. Her eyes are closed. Her hair is gray. This card is ruled by Jupiter, which expands. So this may be this possible disagreement, or this potential misunderstanding, or worse, is being inflated more than it should be. Yeah, with Jupiter in your 5th house right now, along with Saturn, this can be concerning love, children, with the Empress card here. The message of this card is to not worry about that, is to, not everyone is like me. Not everyone has other placements in receptive signs. I kind of need a person to light a fire under my ass, but the vast majority of people have it within them to do it themselves. So by going within and focusing on, anything other than thinking and thought, than what's going on in your external world, I assure you that whatever issues you have in your life will begin to secede. So yeah, so please try. Please try that. Perhaps, if tarot is making you, stressing you out or giving you anxiety, I don't think it's enough for readers to say, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. How are you supposed to forget that you just said that I'm being cheated on? Like, okay, but whatever. Anyway, guys, I feel this is overall very good. The Eight of Swords is not here. Whatever it is that you're worried about is just potential, and by worrying about it, this potential potentiates, becomes more likely to manifest itself. So please keep that in mind. For some of you, this may have something to do with a sibling. You do have the third house here, and the Empress with the number 3. This may have something to do with home, of course. Some stress regarding possible things going on within the home. Friends may be involved too. The 11th house here. Something like that. Some people may have car problems, or not necessarily car problems. God, the last time I heard I was going to have car problems in a tarot card reading. I was driving, like, looking at every gauge every 2 seconds. So yeah. So if you have car problems, it's probably something that you're already aware of. And if you don't, I see your car doing very well for the foreseeable future, and you have nothing to worry about. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for all your support. This month was crazy with personals. I was kind of expecting it. I was not expecting the response that I got. I really appreciate that. And although I am completely burned out, I needed that to be able to do what I am been dreaming about doing for a long time. So yeah. Thank you so much for your support, Libra. All right, bye.